Sometimes I remember the days when I had to get up at 6 every morning to enjoy my coffee, listen to the news, get dressed, and go to work. After all, this is what every normal person's morning looks like. How I miss those times. Morning drive to work, 8 hours in the lab, followed by a sweet rest. I miss the sunset, the smell of air after a rain, the taste of coffee, even my lab. If I knew I wouldn't see them again after this research, maybe I'd enjoy the last coffee a little more. I've been here for 3 weeks. My room was replaced by a claustrophobic submarine interior. The sunlight was replaced by the flashing light, just likely to terminate service soon. Poseidon, the submarine that was supposed to get us as deep under the sea as none before, will no longer rise. And its crew will never see the world up there again. Captain Nathan Dull reports, this is the captain's diary number 11. I have about a month's supply of nutrition bars. Oxygen for about 3 months. There's not a trace of the rest of the crew. I still don't know the reason for the disappearance. What I captured that day, however, the radar tells me I don't even want to know. I am located almost 11,000 meters below the sea. The submarine's engine ceased to function. I can't fix it. Sensors occasionally detect physical activity in my area. In the dark, however, I am not able to say exactly what it is. However, the sounds that sometimes come from far away indicate there is something living that humanity has not yet discovered. I tried to pick up these sounds. The devices estimate that their source is about 2 kilometers from the submarine. However, I have not yet made any visual contact. That concludes the report. I left the captain's cabin and headed for the part of the submarine where all the important machinery was located. I looked at all the screens as if I saw the future in them. The motion radar did not detect anything, nor did the sound sensor show anything unusual. I dared to turn on the camera, which allowed me to observe what was happening around the submarine. Darkness. I stared for 20 minutes into the darkness the camera was showing me. But then the radar began to detect something. The camera showed nothing, but something was approaching really damn fast. I took turns looking at the radar and the screen, waiting for what I would see. But I've heard it before seeing anything. Something hit the submarine. The impact was not devastating, but strong enough to make a noise. Then the radar went silent, and I heard something that might have resembled footsteps. It sounded like metal boots, almost like someone walking on a submarine in one of our diving suits. I didn't even want to turn around. I practically believed I had lost my mind. It was Mick. He stood behind me. My colleague, whom I considered dead until now, stood right behind me. But he looked like someone who shouldn't be damned alive anymore. The helmet of the suit was punctured, so his face was visible. The right part of his face was almost missing. His left eye was covered in blood. Something resembling his tongue protruded from his mouth. God, what happened to you? Mick growled as he were suffocating. Then he went berserk and started leaping at me. I dodged, pushed him to the ground, and closed the research cabin. What now? I heard Meg pounding on the door with such force that he might break it. What is behind that door is no longer a friend. I cannot stay here. I managed to run to get my diving suit. Those strongly resembled some sort of sci-fi armor. They were designed to withstand extreme pressure and, most importantly, were quite heavy. I slipped into the monstrosity and entered the decompression chamber, something like a pressure pocket that separated the pressure out there and the pressure in the submarine. The door opened and I stepped out into the deepest ocean. From the outside, the submarine looked so majestic. Too bad it was useless. I stepped forward, leaving Poseidon in the back. Probably my chances of survival here are no greater than in the submarine with Mick, but at least I'll find out something before I die. I walked on the ocean floor. The flashlight attached to the suit shone on. Absolutely nothing. Into the void. I walked in complete darkness, on and on. Not a single living creature could be seen as far as the flashlight reached. And then I came across 5 bodies of researchers locked in diving suits. They laid in a circle. Their equipment was not damaged in any way. They were all there, which was weird because, according to my hypothesis, Meg tried to kill me in a submarine just a while ago. I believe that if I went on, I would find out what really happened here, what is behind the fate of the researchers. And so I continued. I knew there was something in front of me, but I still saw nothing in the dark to suggest it. I was beginning to feel this was a bad dream, that I had died, that this is hell, absolute emptiness, just darkness and lots of water. Even so, I knew there was something there. There must be. I have been going on through darkness for so long. Absolute darkness. The flashlight flickered and went out completely, and I knew I was done. I fell to my knees, surrounded by pitch-black darkness. I was about to do one last desperate act. I wanted to take off my helmet, drown, get myself out of this hell as soon as possible. And then I heard the sound again. The strange roar that the sensors had previously recorded was now so close. And the darkness was broken by a strange, even cosmic light. The glow I thought I'd never see here at the bottom of the ocean. And in that light I saw hundreds of long, sharp teeth right in front of me.